Good evening, everybody. How's everybody this fine Thursday evening? Well, not so fine here in Donegal. It's a typical Donegal evening. The wind's howling and it's raining. So hope the weather's better wherever you are, but it's time for trains. So what have we got running tonight? You'll notice a big hole here. The 009 has been missing because I applied for permission last weekend to the household management to allow me to work on the railway for the weekend. Permission was granted. So there's been a lot of work done on the railway. It doesn't look like it because it's all done underneath. So I hope everyone can hear me okay. I'm not just rambling to myself. But I spent the whole weekend rewiring this. It's had all new point motors put in. These ones here. I'm just seeing if anybody's going to, yeah, can see and hear me. Thanks, Simon. Putting these in here. These are, hold it the right way up. Little DCC point motors, really good point motors, work really well, really easy to install. There'll be a video on it. That's next week's video. That's the other thing. Over the weekend, I was able to get a couple of videos done. So there's 2 coming out this weekend, a bonus one, so you need to get one last week. You've got a video coming out on the start of the TMD, as you can see here. And also the Bangor show, which is the show that was on the Friday before the crew show that I went to before I flew over to crew. And I'm still on a crew high, actually. Still enjoying the post-crew buzz. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing on the weekend. Also, new command station. I've gone on to the Yamok now, which is yet another model railway company. And I've installed the feedback sensors as well. They've all been fitted. I'll bring the screen at the moment because this is running off my computer at the moment. It's not fully configured for computer control yet because it takes a while. But I'll show you what I've done so far later on. So enough of me yapping. Let me get to the chat, see who's in tonight. And I'll see how far I can go back. RGJ Trains, first off there, Robin Grace, good evening. Did you get your Wi-Fi sorted? Tom Houston Model Railway, good evening, Tom. Summer Breeze Model Railway, John and Holly, good evening, guys. Ivo Van Zonzen as well, good evening, Ivo. Midsummer Railway Enscale, good evening. Yes, it's Greg, isn't it? Yes. Valley 56, Chris, good evening. We got Brian Madden as well. Brian's back to the Donegal weather. He just got back from his 10-day holiday in Italy, and he was sending me lots of photos of him sunning himself in Italy with lovely weather while we were dealing with this. So welcome back, Brian. Where are we? I'll chat on the usual thing. Summer Breeze on our way. Hi, Robin Grace. Hope it was good. Yeah, Robin Grace for getting some idiotic comments again. So I think they were slightly wound up by it. Hermitage Road Pete. Good evening, Pete. How are you doing? Simon Model Trains. Good evening, Simon. Yes, Rob. Make sure you cover up this weekend. Don't want anybody getting offended. Ain't nobody want to see that, Rob. Brian says, typical Irish weather, drizzle with sporadic outbreaks of rain. Right on track, 2493. Good evening. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, Lord Al's in. Good evening, Al. How are you doing? I hope you're well on the mend. Finish Essential, Brian. Good evening, Brian. Timber Surfson as well. How are you doing, Timber? Valerie. Good evening, Valerie. Did you have any trouble near you the other night? I don't know if anybody's seen the news, but Belfast was ablaze the other night. Joshua W6 Gaming. Good evening. What else we got coming in? Everybody saying hello to everybody. Yeah, I'll have to tell Rob to cover up his cleavage. I was going to visit one of the largest train museums in Europe in a few days. Ooh, very nice. Paul SK, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Let's see now. If I skipped anyone's name, apologies. Aaronville, good evening. How are you doing? You're all popping in now. Just trying to go through the chat. Hi, HHH Express. Good evening. How you doing? Hi. RGJ trains. Nope, no Wi-Fi. Had to stretch the budget to get a brand new access point. This one is around 15 years old, and its previous service was in a very damp garage, so we can't complain. No, that's good. Brian says, delighted to be home. Sorry I left the lovely weather at the airport. Maura King, good evening, Maura. How's your weather down in Kerry? Joshua, my autism group, walked the pier in Dunleary today. Ooh, very nice. I remember I used to get the ferry from Dunleary, but now it's all from Dublin Port. Prince Alone, Chris, good evening. How are you doing? Is Chris? I think it's Chris. Sure, it's Chris. I'm terrible with names. It was one of my biggest fear when I was at crew. People come to me, oh, hello, it's so-and-so. I'm like, oh, God, what's your name? RGG, get a few of those units. They're just 99 years, a lot better compared to most things in the market. Kev's in the house. Kev Gibbert, good evening. How are you doing? Yes, Kevin and Brian Madden, they're part of the, as now seen on the Donegal Railway Club. And we had a good night the other night. We were doing static grass and making some trees. And one of the posts I put up actually got a comment from the Welsh wizard, Martin, saying, oh, I see you're using all the best stuff, which we were. Yes, it was like 200 yards away from my home. Oh, wow. Yeah, it looked pretty rough up there on the news, all right. Railhart, good evening. Oh, hang on. We've got a smoke alarm going off. Bear with me a second. What's going on? Right, am I back? I just sort of muted the mic there so you wouldn't get blasted by a smoke alarm. I don't know what it was. It came on, went off again. There's no smoke, no fire. So where are we? Lord, I had a good day today, so the pills are starting to work, hopefully. That's good to hear, Alan. Effingham, good evening. How are you doing? All right, Millhouse to train is 30-minute drive from here. Oh, very good. John PW22, how are you doing, John? Balcurve Junction, Scott. Good evening, Scott. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm just scanning through the comments here. So if I've missed a question, Mark's burnt the salad. Yeah, who burnt the toast? Toast ready. Fire alarm. Hope the layout is insured. It kind of sounded like the door alarms. Mark's soldering again. No, it wasn't me. The spider in the center could possibly be it. My question, in the event of a fire, which train would you save? The first one I ever bought. It's an old Hornby, class 37. The buffers are broken off it. I think it's only got one buffer on it. But for me, that's where it all began, because that's the first one I bought with my own money. 15 quid in Nobby's Hobbies. He split it from a train set for me. That's the one I would save out of all of them. It's probably the cheapest one. You can probably pick it up on eBay for a couple of quid, but it's the one that means the most to me. Of course, I find my kids are watching now, they're going to be slating me because there's trains and things they've bought me. And they're going, why didn't you save the one I bought you? Those in and I hope to see you in the S. Don't forget, Valerie's club is putting on a show in Newton Abbey. That's the Glen Abbey Model Railway Club on the 20th of June. Yes, this is the 20th of June, the Saturday. Flat Track, good evening. Oi, Dunny boy. Oh, I think I reached the bottom of the chat. So anyway, what we got running tonight? We have, I know I said I was going to try and run different trains every week. You'll notice that the 158 Sprinter is still running. That's purely because I was swapping stuff over, and because I'm now using iTrains, you've got to load everything into iTrains, and I was using this one for testing along with the 37 I had on there, which is sitting here in a siding. And I've been loading them on, doing testing, because I don't want to start adding all my trains until I'm happy everything's working properly and I know what I'm doing. We've got the A-Class, which during testing yesterday took off at 200 miles an hour, went around the track, straight off that edge there onto the carpet into a few pieces, which this morning I put it back together, had to do a little bit of soldering, but it seems to be running okay now. And then we got the Class 181 here, pulling a couple of 100T tankers. Nothing prototypical about this, because this is Irish trains pulling UK wagons. These are some of the Eastern Region car transporters, the Helgian ones, which I bought from Kernow. And of course now they're a lot cheaper on thing, but hey ho. Oh, Moneybrook Junction, I missed you guys. How you doing, guys? Anyone who's run an exhibition, do you have hints or tips? It's very stressful, but just make sure you take a break during the day, you keep your fluids up and you eat. Because you can get pulled from pillar to post trying to sort things out. And it's easy to say this, but try not to worry. Mark, how is the 158? I had to, now this is purely because it's going around some tight bends and it was running fine, but I had to take the back bogie off the dummy car and do the back-to-backs because they were slightly out, and what was going through this point here, it was hopping off. But other than that, it's running fine. It was just had to adjust the back-to-backs. Did you get your Hunslet, Mark? No, but I got notification that it's on its way. The email that came through in the middle of the night. And it's whizzing away here. I don't think it'll be here tomorrow. I've got a feeling we don't usually get post on Saturdays, which means it's going to be Monday before it gets here. So, of course, now what I can do is, right, I will, oh, there's one. This is outside pointing at me and laughing. I've left the big screen up, haven't I? Let's go back down to 4 there so you can see. I will take a quick swig of my Dr. Pepper. Other drinks are available. And I will see if I can show you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to set things up here. Right, I will see now if I can share this screen with you so you can see. So I'm just ignoring the chat in a minute. So if any of you put any questions in, bear with me. So I want to share screen. Tab entire screen. Share. Right. So there you can see, hang on. All right, you can see the mouse moving. So there you can see my layout. And you can see got various trains stabled there. And then you can see as they're going around into different sections. Although why isn't the sprinter moving? See, these are some of the teething problems I'm having at the moment. Is you can see the, well, the sprinter is moving. Going into section to section, and the same with the MPV. You can see how it's highlighting. And we can see here where we've got the A-class and the 181. And the good thing about this is I will wait till one comes around and I will stop it. And then I can just click on here to change the points. Right, the sprinter is coming in. So I will actually, Right, I'm just going to reverse that up. So it's clear the points. And then if you can see here now, it's probably actually better if I leave it on here. If I click on there, and you should be able to see it. Hear it. So the points have changed. And it shows the road going through there. And now I can select the A-class. And now that's heading out. Oh, I see. Moneybrook Junction. Yeah. Lisa, unfortunately, said goodbye to her mum. Was it last week, I think? It was a very difficult time. And heart goes out to you guys. I see you saying there, sometimes when you miss someone, I lost my grandmother back in 91. I was really close to her. And still to this day, certain things will remind me, and I still shed a tear. And that's over 30 years ago now. It just hits you whenever you see it. So take care of yourselves, guys. And, you know, time is a healer, but, you know, it's your time and just take it easy. Now, as Valerie's saying there, all our club members are complaining that there are various things wrong with them, like having white lines around the chevron roof, wrong color, wrong shade of blue, etc. Oh, about the Hunslets. Yeah, I've seen people on that, and it's just... And, yeah. You will always get this. Is one thing that gets me. Actually, let's take that off now. I'll stop sharing that, and I'll put it back to the 4 screens. One thing that gets me, especially being in the preservation side of things with Donegal Railway, the amount of flack I get when people come up to me and go, that's not the right shade of red for that carriage. Or Drumbo's dome was black, or Drumbo's dome was painted red. And it's like, if you look back at the photos, you're dealing with color photos from, oh, why have you stopped? This is the other thing. It stops for random reasons, and I don't know why. No, it's actually stopped. Oh, why won't you go now? Oh, no, it's supposed to be on manual. That's probably why. Yeah, there we go. It was set to semi-automatic, which means I'm half control and half computer. That's why. See, these are all things I'm learning. Yeah, anyway, yeah, about color of things. Colors vary. I was told a story by a guy who was building a model of an Irish GNR steam engine. They were a blue color, and the guy wanted to get the exact right color, so he went to the works where they repair them and everything like that and paint them. And he said, "Oh, what color is it?" And he said, "Oh, I'll give you a bit of the color." And gave him a, says, "What unit?" Goes, "Well, I just go down the local hardware and we order a blue paint, and whatever comes in, that's the blue we use." So what I'm saying is you will find, because they're left out in the open, they're in the sun, in the weather, they're different shades of colors, you know, as long as they look roughly right, that's. People get annoyed about the, "Oh, that's not the correct shade, just..." Anyway, back to the chat. Not to mention the rivets, yeah. Oh, of course, Hi lost his mum as well recently. So thoughts out to Hi as well. Love and hugs. Summer Breeze, John Holly, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, smart about sharing the live if you can. That'd be great if you can, guys. It's always appreciated. We're showing 41 in the chat at the moment, or in the thing. So welcome, everybody. If you're new here, because I did pick up a load of new subscribers last weekend, because that video that Max put out from, oh, I can't remember his channel name now. Terrier something Stephanie, wasn't it? Because I helped him recover his channel, and he done it in a collaboration thing. And I picked up something like 120 subs last weekend. So if any of you here, very welcome for coming across. And I'm glad Max got his channel back. I was able to help in a little way to get it back. But this is my layout. Normally in the center here, there's a 009 section, but I've been working on the layout over the last weekend, so it hasn't gone back in yet. 00 gauge. As you can see, it runs a mixture of UK and Irish. It's DCC in the middle of going over to computer control, which is using iTrains and the YAML command station and feedback modules, which I know all my regulars said I wasn't going to do any of this to the new year because I wanted to get everything done. Little old impatient me thought, sod it, I'm going to get these bits and do it now. And actually, I think it was probably better to do it now because I did disturb a lot of things while I was doing the wiring. And if I had done all the scenics and things like that, I would have made more work for myself. So, you know, better off doing it now. Terrier 55 Stephanie, that's it, yes. I knew there was a number in there and I couldn't remember what the number was. But if anybody wants to put a link up to his channel there and share it out. Yeah, a load of his, he very kindly mentioned me in his video and thanked me for the little bit I did. And I think it was over the weekend, something like 120 extra subs. Once they see this and see what I'm doing, they'll probably all leave again, but you know, it was a nice little boost. Yeah, so now the wiring's done. The final bit of track work is done with the TMD being in, which is the video that's out this week. I'm going to put the 009 back in. I'm not going to put any more water in. Some of this has leaked away. Let me just, which camera is it? The bottom right, it's going to move. I'll show you the, where some of it is leaked. Can you see those? I broke some of them off, but there were several icicles hanging down there where some of it leaked out. This is why you always put cardboard down. So that was, and I think the main issue for that is because I didn't use an oil-based varnish. It was a water-based varnish, and I don't think it sealed it as well as the oil-based stuff does. Even though it said it would, I don't think it did. Because any other time I've used it, I've used an oil-based varnish, and at the time I couldn't get one. So typical impatient me. So, oh, that'll do. It's varnish. What could possibly go wrong, as Charlie would say. So if you want to seal it up, make sure you use an oil-based varnish. Oh, Simon's put up Max's channel there. Brian said, I got no subs. Woo! What happens if Mark gets hacked? He's everyone's go-to when their channel gets hacked. Well, actually, since I helped Richard out with his channel, YouTube have changed everything. So where if you knew another YouTuber, they could go into the chat. Now, of course, the curator help that is there. First of all, you got to get past their AI chatbot to try and get things out. And if you put a paragraph in, it obviously doesn't know. It's like, understand what you're saying. So you got to go through it line by line to explain it. But I was eventually able to get a link for Max to go to and fill in the details. And one of the tips for you guys out there who have got YouTube channels that Max discovered makes things a bit easier is make sure you have the URL for your channel, your channel ID, and your Google number, account number, which if you go into the settings of YouTube, you'll find those. So take those, take note of them, put them somewhere safe, because if your channel ever gets hacked, it'll make it a lot quicker and simpler to have these details to give to Google, which you can't talk to. But definitely go and check out the video that Max done on his hacking. There's a lot of good information in there. I think we will be doomed, while you lot will be fine. Peter Hermitage, I got one new sub in the last week, onwards and upwards. It will come. It takes time, but you know. Right, I think if I got hacked, I'd gain subscribers. Mick, what are subs? Hi, Mick, how you doing? I think hello to you. Oh, Mike Putnam Junction, 2323. Good evening, Mike. How are you doing? Hi, Robin Grace gave me a shout out, which caused a lift in subs. That's something we always try and do. Actually, now I haven't done it a lot recently. It's something I used to always do, put up a community notice, and I must get back into doing that. Grant Salisbury, good evening. So I'm at the bottom of the chat. So if you had any questions that I missed, put them back in again. And I'll try not to get distracted by iTrains again. Now, hopefully what will happen is eventually I will get well, first of all, I'll learn how to use it and program it. Because I'm going to do all the speed profiles on these first. I'll be able to automate this. So it'll be more interesting with you guys. Instead of just two trains going around, it'll pull into the station, stop, another one will go off. We can have one shuttling backwards and forwards here. I was trying to get that working for tonight, but it'll come to the end and just keep going. So I haven't quite worked it out yet. Mick, the British Navy has more subs than me. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, I think I'm at the end of the Dr. Pepper. Yes, that was a dribble. I've got some Lidl's finest ginger ale. So I'll be long drinking this. But if you are thinking of going down the iTrains route, Bob Fuller, he's got a YouTube channel, got a complete tutorial series on it, which I've been binge watching the past week. Very good information on it. Takes you right from the beginning. There's 107 videos or something I think he's got on it, on a playlist for iTrains. I think I'm up about video 10. So a bit of a way to go. Profile, it's 200 miles per hour. No, thank you. Mark needs to get in contact with Pepper. I'm sure they would sponsor him. They probably would. Now, why have you stopped? The other thing, because I was working on the layout, the other thing I noticed is whenever you're, not that I was doing a lot of drilling or anything like that, but because I had this section out over here and was wiring it, the amount of dust and dirt, like I'm just looking on there now, that is on the track. Sponsored by Little Ginger Ale. Yeah. Summer breeze. Oh, good. Thanks, Mike. Been awful rain here all day. Holly got drenched walking to and from the bus. Yes, we have had terrible rain here today. And we are currently down a car, which in Donegal is a nightmare because there's no public transport. So the car is in the garage, low pressure, fuel pressure problem, and can't figure out what exactly is causing the problem. Dwight at Curly Express was asking for a bit of help with his watch hours. We'll go over to Dwight's channel there, Curly Express. There's the link. Make sure you're subscribed and watch a few of his videos. Right, let's wait for the MBV to come around. And then we can, well, actually, what I can do is, let's try and be a little bit, no, hang on, what am I doing? MBV should be coming through the tunnel. Yes, there it is. So we'll send a 181 round. Bring in the MPV, and that can stop. And then remember to change the point after it's gone across them. I'm just amazed at those point motors. They work so well. The A-Class lost its track. No, find it again. Why have you stopped? Oh, yes, it went into semi-automatic. Still, lots to learn on this. And let's go with the A-Class. Stop that, reverse it. push Paul A-class. Mark's Point motor sound like a lamb. It's really Hermitage Road really all day down here in Cornwall. It's not that bright. Mark's got a semi-automatic. Monkey SA43, good evening from Brackman Workshaw. I see you've got the Bachmann half yellow network rail train going. That's the most delicate model I've ever purchased. I watched your video about the shuttle. I'm going to purchase one at the weekend to do my test track diorama 6x2. Very good. Right, I've just got the A-class reversing to pick up the rest of its train again. And I am trying to get to grips with using iTrain. Two coaches on the viaduct now. Yeah, I just left them there. Don't worry, the A-class is slowly coming around. Dave Green, 8640, good evening. How are you doing? Mark, can you remind us what size the baseboards were for your layout? Well, the whole layout is 10 foot by 6, and each of the separate modules are 6x2. So you got 6x2, 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 which gives you a 6x2 in the middle as well. All right. See if that. It's amazing how they are the same wagon by the same manufacturer, yet the couplings are slightly different heights. There we go. Notice Monkey's been held in review. Yeah, I've seen that. Also, Mark, that network rail locomotive was extremely difficult to take the front snow plough off and fit a coupling. I haven't tried. Yes, it doesn't look the easiest. Right, so now we've got the A-class going around, pulling some Eastern region car transporters. No way prototypical, 2 different countries for a start. And we have the Irish Rail 181 pulling 2 100-ton tankers around. What did people, reminding me, what did people think of the announcements from Hornby there during the week? Were you excited by anything? I can say I was. What about a Curascal? The old dog bone, the old class 58. I think that was the third loco I purchased. I got one of the Hornby Railway ones up here. Yes, it's in the cabinet. And I did DCC convert it, but of course, those older ones, they never ran particularly well anyway, and they don't run any better on DCC. So I may have put an order in, but it's not due until September. And Curascal make it easy for you. There's just 10 easy payments. Layout's definitely coming along, leaps and bounds. Love the Irish locomotive and the classic livery, obviously. You haven't, or it's from Southern Ireland, looks excellent. Yeah, well, I have Hunslet on the way. It's in the post, so it should be here any day. RG Trades, purple A4, yes. Somebody mentioned train. I'm going to be starting that at the end of the summer. You get a 2-month trial license Bob Fuller, he's the man. Yes, iTrain is what I'm using to run this now. You can just see it on the screen over there. Yes, Bob Fuller. Yes, I've been watching his videos. That's what I spent the weekend doing, was replacing, anybody who's joined, these little point motors. They're DCC, excellent point motors. So easy to install. You just hook it up to the bus, put in the frog wire, press that button for 5 seconds, allocate it a number, done. And with the lugs on there and the movement you can do on here for the wire, so easy to adjust. Scott says, must admit the craic announcements was of more interest to me. Speaking of craic payments, my last payment was made from Wilbert. Ooh. Hope you're covered up, RGJ. Pete's going to order the 58. Simon, my 58 is currently with Shona and her train's being weathered and renamed Ironbridge Power Station. Yes, so this layout now is running on iTrains. Hopefully each week you'll see a bit of an improvement. There's a bit of learning curve. Thanks to Nick from Rule 1. If he's watching, sometimes he's watching because he's working. He's got this on the background. He's been a help. I've been asking him a few questions and that. Every time I see him at show, I was plaguing him with questions. So I've been trying to do most of this without bothering him too much. But yeah, I'm sort of storing up my questions so I can do a video call with him at some time and go, right, Nick, okay, this, and this. And then he's going to block my number. Hornby's news is okay if you like Era 1. See, the only thing that interested me on Hornby was the 100-ton tankers, which you see a couple going around here. Now, they're railroad versions, which I'm not too worried about. 30 quid a piece, I think they were. So I may get some. I may just order one to see what it's like. And then, but the problem is with those 100-ton tankers, if you don't order them, they're gone because not many people produce 100-ton tankers. Well, they do, but they're like mad expensive. And I don't want to spend 50, 60 quid for a rake of these. You know what I mean? 50, 60 quid. Like you're looking 500 quid, 600 quid for a rake if you want 10 of them. I mean, those are some Lima ones, some old Hornby ones. They got plastic wheels on them. There's no problem. I got metal wheels here. I can swap them out. And they seem to run all right. And when they're going around the layout, does anybody notice? I mean, when it comes to locos, you get what you pay for. And it's not so much going for the higher detail. I'd rather pay the extra money. Yes, you get the higher detail, but you get a better locomotive with more pickups that will run a lot smoothly. I mean, look at the speed that's running. Yes, I've got droppers and all my bits of track, but it just works. Tom, yes, I've given up on Hornby 2. Did not see it. Who is Nexus? Withhold your number when you ring to Mark. Next gen sound chips. Oh, yes, that's John JMC's behind that, isn't he? Stanley Motor Railway, Captain Static. Mark, good evening. How are you doing? John doesn't like me because I hate DCC. Almost swore then. HN Express, hi. Today I was able to fix my shuttle track. The Arduino was indeed fried. Oh, yes, I should say hello to Sarah as well. Hi, Mark and Sarah. Got to meet Sarah at Crew. Mark, how do you find using iTrain so far? It looks daunting. That's why I'm going with the 2-month free trial license, and then we'll start Definity on level 2. This won't happen to autumn. Yes, well, I've just gone for the trial license to see how I got on with it. I like it. I've just got to figure out how it works. But I think once you figure it out, like the A class is going around there. I've said this already, but the A class is going around there. I put it on the track yesterday trying to do something. It shot off at 1,000,000 miles an hour, went around that curve, straight onto the floor into several pieces. I had to get my soldering iron out this morning, put it back together. Luckily, the bits that were on it just broke off. They didn't break, they just came off. So they all were able to snap back into place. And one of the wires came off the bogie, so I had to take the thing apart to get out that one wire to solder it on. And also that 37, when I took wasn't running very well. And when I took the cover off and the wire that was coming up from one of the bogies, this is probably my fault. When I put the cover back on, the wire was just next to the screw. So as I screwed it in, it broke the wire. I didn't notice straight away because it didn't break straight away. But after a bit of running, it broke. And I took that apart today and resoldered that. Monkey, I'll keep you abreast of how I get on with iTrains. I know Nick from Row 1 who uses it, so he's sort of my go-to for asking. And Bob Fuller, I've been watching his videos. But yeah, I like it so far. With these point motors, which I can't recommend highly enough, because I was using the solenoid point motors with the DCC Concepts solenoid decoders, which, yeah, solenoid point motors are a bit cheaper, but then you've got to buy the decoder to go with it. And by the time you've done that, you're probably about the price of one of those, which, of course, I got these from the Netherlands, because, of course, I'm in Europe, so I could get them. And I think it was 5 for 86 euros, which I didn't think was too bad. I really hope my missus isn't watching. John was behind the watch. Nexus, where the androids and Blade Runner only lasted 4 years. Mark says, I'm okay. Thank you, Mark. Just trying to chill out after work. So, video out tomorrow on the start of the TMD. And then there's a bonus video out on Saturday of the Bangor show that I was at on the 29th of May, I think it was. Uh-oh, she is watching. I don't know about iTrains. I'm having trouble with Iron. Right, okay. Oh, dear. Yeah. Good time to hit the subscribe button to find out what happens next week. Mark is in the doghouse. Yes, indeed I am. So Anna is my daughter, so obviously, hi Anna. Hi Adam, if you're watching. Hi honey. Love you lots. You hit the nail on the head. You've got to figure out how it works. Lots of people said, stick with it. It will come in time. It's complicated. Thank God for Bob Fuller. Oh, excuse me. Yes, I'd agree with you there. It's a computer program that you're learning. But once you get to the basics of it, like I figured out how to, because you got to add your locomotives, and you've got to add your wagons and stuff as well, because it's got to know the length of everything. So you've got to, your sections, you've got to measure them. So it knows that, say, this is section 1. This section 1 is 41 centimeters. It's got to know that. It's got to know your points and what way they're set and what way. So it knows that if it's, when you switch it on, it's a certain way. What way it's thrown, that's what I'm trying to say. Then it's got to know your locos, and you've got to do a speed profile on your locos. It's got to know your length of your locos. It's got to know where the first contact is, so where the first wheel is back from the buffer, that distance. It's got to know the length of your wagons and your coaches, and you've got to enter them on so it knows, right, if you've got A-class train, it's A-class and 3 of these wagons, and that's how long it is. Because then obviously it's got to work out, when it knows the speed file, where it is and where to stop it on the track. The more feedbacks you have, the better it is at calculating it. So I've been told, which sort of makes sense. So there's a lot, the initial setup and a lot of information. This is why I'm only doing a few locos at the moment, so I can make sure I'm putting them in correctly, setting them right. So hopefully maybe next week I might have some automation in place so we can see these things changing over, which would be a lot of interest for you guys to see different trains running, going around. That last look of horror, trying to remember all the things he's admitted to buying. She's behind you. At least you didn't set the fire alarm off work. Yeah. Never admit the full cost, Tom, especially if you want to see another day. I was in here doing some work. My son came in and he was looking at stuff, and I said, "Oh, all these things here, all the boxes and everything are further up in the attic. If ever, what happens, they need to be sold or whatever." I said, "For God's sake, don't let Mum sell them for the price I told them they were." I hope you got that sofa ready. Actually, the 009 is sitting on that sofa at the moment. I don't need another locomotive yet. Yes, love, it's an Acura scale box, but it's a Lima. If iTrain asks you how much you paid for the loco, you know it's been hacked by the other half. Stonover says, I need to catch up with your videos, Mark, and some other videos as well. Just can't seem to find the time to it. Sorry about that. Oh, no problem, Mark. Like, I know what it's like trying to catch up with other people's videos and watch. It's just there isn't enough hours in the day. Now, summer's coming up, and, rumor has it that maybe it might be getting a bit warmer next week, that we might be in for a bit of another little heat wave. Which in Donegal means it's dry and gets maybe up to 20 degrees. So, of course, I'll be out and about as well. The youngest, like everyone else, has finished college and school now, apart from the youngest. He finishes next Friday for the summer. So then it'll be summer, trips out and things like that. I've got a couple of camping trips planned with the kids. So I'll be doing that. May have to miss 1 or 2 Thursday night live streams because I won't be here. But I'm sure there'll be other people who will step into the breach. They said that last week. Son of a mother, I think I will just stick to normal DC control or maybe a basic DCC control for my next layer. Otherwise, I spend all my time trying to set up iTrain or any such system. Yeah, iTrain is the next level up from DCC because that's when you're looking at computer control. So you have sections. If you're going to do DCC, just normal DCC, I recommend that. That's the Gauge Master. And I don't think they do this model anymore. They've replaced it with a newer model, but works really well. I got the Wi-Fi module of mine so I could hook up a tablet to it. But yeah, it's a good system. Also taking this opportunity now to redo all the addresses. So I'm using 4-digit addresses using the first 2 digits and the last 2 digits of the number on the loco, or first 2 and the second 2, depending on the length of number, and also if that number is on use again, which on my 37s, there is a couple that are the same. Yes, they replaced it with the Gauge Master Infinity, I think, yes. I think this is what they've replaced it with. This isn't mine. This is one of the club members won this, so this belongs to the club, not to me. And he doesn't do DCC, so we're going to use it in the club. Raymond Legs. Hi, Raymond. I can't remember if I said hello to you now, but hello again if I didn't, or I did. We'll just make it very sad if you had to make it. Yeah, it's just people being idiots and just being whatever. Raymond, I'll stick to DC for now. I saw Scott Royal wire up a handmade DCC logo and it was tedious. Buff Andy, good evening, Andy. How are you doing? Sad what other people say about others. Yeah, it's like, that's the problem with the internet is people will turn around because they're in their front room at a keyboard or on their phone or whatever and say anything. You wouldn't, good rule of thumb is, don't say something on the internet that you wouldn't say to someone's face. Yeah, the Gauge Master controllers are good. Yeah, the Gauge Master, whether they're DC controllers, which are excellent, or like the DC controllers. I mean, these things, they're bulletproof, they just work. They just work.
586 is not good price.
Uh-oh. Why did that one post turn white? I don't know. I didn't see. It's because he knows the wife was watching. Yeah, she just came to the door and said 5 for 86 is not a good price. Alice Clark and I are doing a stereo decoder or timber surf. Did I say hello to you? I can't remember. Anyway, good evening. James H.O. Trains, good evening. How are you doing? This is not mine. Okay, we believe you, Mark. Went to DMU showcase on Sunday. Good show in a different venue. I just say it's for the shop. Great, Mark. Heading to Scarborough at the weekend. Oh, very good. Oh, there's the link for the Nexus decoders. Yes, these are the ones that John JMC is behind, isn't it? And the MRC controllers are good. Just stay away from the PWM ones if you have a DCC local com. Just don't believe you though, Brian. Sofa time. What did she say? I've been using cheap PWM motor controllers in Mali, right? Back in time for food o'clock. Oh yes, it's food o'clock, isn't it? I'm just going to keep this live stream going for ever, so I don't have to go back out there. You ever get that feeling of doom? Imagine 5.1 surround DCC. That would work well in gauge 1. I feel sorry for the 009 layer as it's having a relaxing time on the sofa. I just didn't want to put it back yet because obviously I might have some wiring to do. Something started squeaking, needs a little bit of oil. So Brian's cheesy beans and egg on toast. Oh, one DC sound chip as you could fit a bass speaker engage on diesel. Yeah. Oh, Hi's going to try a live stream from the caravan this weekend. So make sure you're subscribed to Hi at HH Express. My wife is amazed at all the locos in the bargain bucket. Mark, what was said then? Oh, she came to the door and said 5 for 86 is not a good price, which is what I was saying about the point motors. I think Becky said, I'll get the sofa ready for you, Mark. Oh, no, she wouldn't get the sofa ready. Sponsored by 7-Up Zero. Yes, we moved on to the 7-Up Zero. Mark Stanover Monroe. So for dinner tonight, we had salmon, wedges, green beans, and carrots. For dessert, we had Sarah's homemade apple crumble and custard. Oh, very nice. Ryan Wilson. Good evening, Ryan. How you doing? Well, for what did I have for tea this evening? I think I had a bag of smoky bacon crisps so far. Simon had steaklets with roast boiled potatoes, carrots, and Yorkshire puddings. Oh, very nice. Yes, well, I've got some lamb chops I'll probably do after this, if I'm not chucked out of the house. I've all had penne with gorgonzola and broccoli for dinner. Ooh. Was the custard hot or cold? So who had custard? Well, James wants to know whether the custard was hot or cold. Ryan says, I'm okay. What about you? I'm good, Ryan. I expect I will see you at the show. Will you be at the show in Glen Abbey Model Railway Club show up in Newton Abbey? Newton Abbot? Is Abbot or Abbey? Newton Abbey on the 20th. Timbers have tell the wife you have borrowed all the locos from friends. They're not yours, but they have all said, if I die, I can have them and that your wife can sell them. Tomorrow night, Mark is on beans on toast. Scott was chili con carne and Mexican spicy rice for him tonight. Oh, very nice. The custard was hot, James. So Tom had a couple of slices of wheaten bread and cheese, and Maura had carbonara. Yeah, Ryan will be there. I'll catch you there, Ryan. Hermitage Road had a sausage sandwich. This camping site has a good restaurant. Oh, nice. Mark, your dinner's in the dog. Yeah, we don't even have a dog. It would be the neighbor's dog. Not a huge fan of custard. When I do have it, definitely has to be hot. I usually make my own custard. Milk, a couple of eggs, some vanilla essence, a little bit of cornstarch just to thicken it up a little bit. Puff candy, I had Dublin cobbler. I think that's what the dish was called. Ooh. Chris had a sausage sandwich. Ryan had a kebab. Nothing wrong with a sausage sandwich. No, I like sausage and egg. Somebody, John Hoy, smoked salmon salad for us tonight, as it was an offer this week. Oh, in Guinness. Oh, very nice. Ivo said, tomorrow will probably be pasta, then a few days with salad, as temperatures are going to be close to 30 degrees here. Oh, that's way too hot. Sausage to have HP on it. See, I don't like sauce. I don't like HP brown sauce. I don't like red sauce, barbecue sauce. Mick had pudding, chips, peas, and gravy here. Very nice. So, what's everyone's plans for modelling this weekend? What are you going to do on your railways? Me, I'm going to carry on trying to figure out I-trains. I don't think I'm going to do any of the scenic elements yet till I get a bit of a more handle on I-trains. You would have seen from, if you're not, then go over to the Donegal Model Railway Club Facebook page and you'll see what we're working on there. We were making trees and static grassing. I'll just follow this around with the hand of God and let it reconnect on a straight. The problem is this carriage here is missing a hook. Timber Surf, I have some food with my almonds mayonnaise. I used to love wire sauce until they changed the recipe. I had peas, carrots, potatoes, and a schnitzel for dinner. I will send some of that weather this way. Tuesday was the first day it didn't rain in 3 weeks. Yeah, it's been pretty miserable here. It's fairly breezy here. The trees are blowing. There's rumors that there might be a storm on the way to us. It's off in the Atlantic at the moment, see if it heads this way. Mark said, I'll be having whatever Sarah cooks for dinner when I get home. Ivor says, no model train stuff next week because I'm on holiday. Mind you, Brian, mind you, if the wife knew how many thousands I've spent on my train, she would kill me. Mike Nighthall, thanks for the company. Stay safe. Okay, Mike, take care. Catch you again. That's on the 6x4 layer. Yeah, that's on the 6x4. We're probably taking that up to the show where we're putting on up in Derry. The Urban Outsider, Nick, how's it going? That's Nick from Rule 1, who's my goat. Why is that so coupled again? go-to guy for iTrains, who I've been plaguing. Anytime I've seen a show, I've been plaguing him with questions. I did visit the Markland Museum a few days ago. Oh, very nice. I put a model kit of a windmill together for the carbon layout. Scott's going to be doing a little more detailing to the new sidings this weekend. That's his goal. Maura's hoping to finish one of her stations. I'm working, Brian, Heritage Centre, I'm working on the roof and project for August live stream if it works. Ooh. The extension looks great, Scott. Fantastic progress. Guess who had a new roof fitted over the last 3 weeks? I see iTrain. Yes, iTrain is running it tonight. Hi, the tricky off train going. Yes, I sent Nick a picture of the old A-Class, which you can see is back together and running. Said I took a picture of it on the floor in bits and sent it to Nick and said, yeah, iTrain's going really well. Elizabeth Lyons Railways. Elizabeth, good evening. How are you doing? Leicester Station TMD. Gary, good evening. How are you doing, Gary? Mark Stunner from Motor. I haven't done anything much on my layout recently. Trying to pluck up the courage to build my ratio signal box kit, but haven't managed it yet. I've built part of a foot crossing now. See, I always love getting kits. My thing is when I got a kit to build, is I'll build it when there's the F1 on, because I'll sit there and build the kit and watch the F1. Because if I don't do something while I'm watching the F1, I will fall asleep. As Nick knows, because when I was down at the Wexford show, we were watching the F1 after the show, and his girlfriend Noreen was sitting there laughing at us because both of us were sitting there nodding off like old men. Well, I suppose I actually am an old man. Pete Herminger, I'll be filming the Real Railway this weekend. Oh, very nice. I have to remind myself to ask where I can get spares for my hot sauce unit when the flight sim guys are part of the train show. F1 has a tendency to send you to sleep. Yeah, it's something about the drone of the engines that just like... I enjoyed what I saw of that race. F1 got pretty boring the last years. Yeah, it's a bit more interesting this year. But again, you have somebody who seems to be just running away with it. But like, he's only 19, I think, and he's won, was it now 6 races on the trot? Yeah, we all have age of time. Yeah. Let's remember to send hot dog his brushes. Oh yeah, where is Andy tonight? Is he away somewhere? Rally is much more interested. Yes, indeed. Right. I'll tell you what, why don't I have Nick in the chat? Let me just, oh, hang on. I shall share the screen again. So here you can see my setup on iTrains with the feedback showing where the trains are. Nick, if you're still there. Oh, I can't believe it's not doing it now. But some of these, when the trains are just sitting, like where it's got ROG 37 there, it will go off and then come back on again. Any idea what's causing that? Like you see this siding here, this one here where it's flashing on and off from time to time. I was just wondering why why it does that. Any idea? Golf is basically a 5-hour screensaver. We're going to have sport all Ireland Championships at World Cup. Well, I won't be following the World Cup, just not that because I just don't really like football. I'm also working, so if I get a phone call, I won't hear you. Here they are, it's coming along. Wait, Mark, thanks, Elizabeth. I got a call. Oh, great. So as soon as I go on there, you get a call. Cricket is a 1-week screensaver. No, Brian. Snow racing is a 1-month screensaver. Snow racing needs sold. Right, I'll get rid of this so we can go back to the 4 screens. But that was a brief look at iTrains. Simon did fall asleep watching snooker on TV once. Elizabeth, I don't have time to watch sports, let alone watch YouTube anymore. Yeah, I know the feeling. And the thing is, when I'm working on my layout, I can't have YouTube on because I end up watching it. If it's a live stream, then I watch it, and if something pops up, I can interact with it. But usually I'm just lurking in the background. But what happens if I'm watching a YouTube video, whether it's railways or something else, I find I'm just standing there watching it. So best thing I do is put on YouTube music and just listen to the music. I've had to remove a snail out of my shoe earlier this week. Ooh, was that before or after you put your foot in it? There's nothing worse when you're walking around bare feet in grass and you feel a slug or a snail squishing between your toes. Brian says, I just play my favorite music on SoundCloud. Mark, does your Winhoff coupling give you any trouble? Mine pushes the dummy off on curved lines. No, I haven't had any trouble with it. Yes, agreed. Live is still the better option to plan like now. Yeah, no, I just have either put a podcast on that I can just listen to or have my music on. I have some speakers in here, so I can just play music through that from Spotify or whatever. Just have the music blaring, which would usually be Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, Ghost, Nightwish, something like that. Oh, he's back. Right, try rail away or instruct. Mark knows all about putting his foot in it tonight. Yeah, I certainly do. I have all the digital gubbins, but I only play CDs. Music on, trying to swearing out. Yes. Oh, there was some swearing yesterday when my A class went flying off the curb. You know, because I was here. All right, go. Zoom. So before I could do anything, it was on the floor. I was like, and I was sat here going, please don't be broken. Please don't be broken. And went around and just, oh. New Junctions podcasts were good for working on it. Yeah, I enjoyed them. He hasn't done any more for a while, has he? Oh, I'm just seeing that my this was like, I do have a big YouTuber watch my videos, listening to my piano playing, etc. Yes, Person Nightwish, classics 80s. Yeah, I like that. Had me laughing on the phone to a client when I saw that message. Mark, that's why you test with an 08. Yes. Soccer is 90 minutes of players trying to persuade the ref they're injured. Rugby is 80 minutes of players trying to persuade the ref they're not. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Right. So Nick's back off the phone. So I'm just going to share this again before he gets another phone call. Screen. Entire screen. That one there. Share. Right. See on here, Nick. See where you've got the 181 just below that. You've got that line. See where they keep flashing on and off, saying they're occupied. That's where a loco, let's see, Winhoff unit is sitting. Why does it keep going on and off like that? Do you know? As Brian says, I have to listen to my music on my earphones because she doesn't like my choice of music. Yeah. As a sound trainer, I thought I am the only one getting heavily frustrated sometimes. Amazon is a MNA is a waste of money. 1 minute and the fight is over. Oh, guys, well, my hubby has other hobbies, so he don't mind my music. Your son's at Download. Oh. I would love to see American footballers play rugby. Perhaps you need to adjust the minimum voters required in the Yarmouth units. Right, okay. Thank you. I will try that. Kick, kick, slap, and the other guy falls, and now the match is over. Spot on. Right, I'll come back out of this. So... Mark, does that have ferro coils or shielded cables? What? Oh, well, I don't have any shielded cables. Chris, my AI girlfriend left me for a toaster. Canadian Logistics, Darren, good evening. How are you doing? Brian says my brother is normally at Download. There was radios on today and they were advertising some washing machine or something now with AI. And I was like, why does a washing machine need AI? Why would you connect a washing machine to the internet and have AI on it? Or even just have a standalone. What? Are they just using buzzwords now? Oh, look, I got washing machines, got AI. Yes, it's decided not to do the washing. You can also adjust the Yarmouth units to delay showing unoccupied. I do that sometimes. Okay. Sound transformer. We've got something in Connaught Chase at the moment called Forest Live, which is a music festival. Ferret coils that round thing. Oh, no, I don't. No. Where is Flower? I don't know. Ours is Wi-Fi. The washing machine is connected to Skynet. Ferret core magic beads. AI frustrates me. My washing machine has an app. I've never used it. The only reason for a washing machine with AI is to make the most of variable electricity rate, so it only comes on in cheap times. Yes, well, that all depends on the rate that you're paying for as well, whether you have the variable rate. It's for monitoring the power costs. Raymond says, I have a dumb washing machine and a dumb dryer. Wait till AI goes on strike. Skynet, we're doomed. Yes. I don't know. When you hear all this stuff about AI, you feel like it's the start of the Terminator movie. Tom, my washing machine has 8 programs and I've never used one. Yeah, that's true. You only use one wash. Maybe you have a normal one, and maybe if you use the wool cycle once. Elizabeth Liner, I'm Lady Elizabeth, DC running forever. DCC is Skynet. We know what you mean by putting those asterisks in, Brian. Raymond, that's not a nice thing to call your partner. Iowa Marketing Museum has a big Class 44 steam locomotive on the parking lot. Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that because I think Anthony was there the other day and I've seen it up on his Facebook post. The washing machine and the AI is not an argument. One kept spinning, the other kept loosely. Dave Green, our washing machine have Wi-Fi connectivity called HomeWiz, so you can start the washing machine even if you're not at the house. Everybody's all better. I had a small cold. Well, I hope you're better now, Elizabeth. My washing is a lot where it takes hours to wind up. It's funny how, you know, we're Model Railway channel and we've gone from model railways to our food chat, and now we're talking about AI operated washing machines. Never mind AI. I really wish my washing machine had a spin only program. Doesn't your washing machine have a spin only? Most washing machines have a spin only. All right, we've got the A class coming in. Let's let that come in, bring it to a halt, and then we'll send the 158 around. And change the points. Oops, wrong way. Oh, you're all better. Good, Elizabeth. Legs, I wonder if they made a slider out stud contacts on the sleepers. That would be too bad. Right, why have you stopped? Oh, it's done that. Yes. Have it in. Forgot to put it to manual. Where was I? It was on in September. The yearly steam train event was running 44. Those got a lot bigger compared to 50 or 52. So Simon, I bought an AI-powered washing machine. Spent 20 minutes explaining why my socks are dirty before it starts cleaning them. Elizabeth, I'm old school. Do my washing while running my trains a door away from the kitchen for a tea. Raymond says, nobody will restore or operate a 3-cylinder loco here in the US. Too many extra moving parts. John and Holly Summer Breeze, think AI needs to be used to explain why a pair of socks goes into the washing machine, but only one sock ever comes out. Anthony is planning to go to Sonnenberg to the Pico factory shop. Ooh. Mick says, upgraded my layout to 5 amp with the DCC concept box. Everything I switched on shorted out. The problem was I connected the power flat J16 cable instead of the craic. Oh. Tom says, my washing machine has a software bug. Sometimes when it stops, the drum spins freely, and sometimes it doesn't, which means it's wasting power holding the drum steady. There's a black hole out there in the universe full of single socks. Yes, indeed. Right, let's... bring the stop, and we will send out the MPV. And make sure I put it to manual this time. And we'll send that on its merry way. Oh, somebody didn't set the right point. Right. There. Points all set, right. Hope Anthony enjoys having a great time in Germany. Well, it certainly looks like it from their Facebook post. I was on Raymond, try and find the video where they reassemble an NCF 241. That's a 4-cylinder. Elizabeth says, washing machines play games, sometimes hide socks on inner side and spectrum. Marlon, good evening, Marlon. Good evening, troops. Lamb is looking for his mother again. A lot of manual function tonight, Mark. You'll be sleeping well in train heaven. Yes, well, I upgraded my point motors at the weekend, and working with iTrains, it works a lot better. So slowly doing the thing to computer automation. Oh yes, we forgot to mention tonight's unofficial sponsor. The Train Set Shop. So check them out. I think that BMM Northern might film part of their BR18 when they have the money to do the repairs. John and Holly Summer Breeze, what system is it you're using, Mick? Raymond, someone made a grand scale 412-1. It was huge and you could sit in the enclosed cab. I wonder who bought it. Must have cost at least $1 million or such a thing. Lamb has an appointment with Mark later tonight. Yes. That's me out of juice. This says, I'll be doing World War I and World War II diorama soon. It's going to be hectic. Raymond to 4 might not be worth $1 million. Some guy on the train show circuit has a 1910 8-cylinder steamliner. Wow. Yes, as John Holly says, we look forward to seeing that, Lizzie. Sounds good. Yeah, so this weekend, if I survive tonight, I may do some more work on the layout. And again, it's going to be sort of work that you won't see because it's going to be all on programming. Hopefully get the 009 back in for next week. And my aim for next week would be have the same trains as tonight, but have some automation going. Whether I can learn that much and get it set up by next week, I don't know. Because I want to figure out and know how it works. Oh, Joshua's off. Okay, Joshua, thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you next week. Oh, Mick's heading off as well. Okay, Java-related stuff. Yeah, easy enough on that layout. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Once I figure out how to do it, it'll be like, oh, right, yeah, that's simple enough. Marlon, I've been getting good reviews on my cakes, made 3 for children and went home with none. Yes, Marlon was the goddess with the cakes at Crew going around. She made some lovely cakes. Unfortunately, I only got 1 slice because they were just gone. The 009 won't be in iTrains? Not yet, because that's running on DC. And being little N-gauge chassis, have to get a chip in there somewhere. Eventually, the plan is to put it onto iTrains, but not yet. Well, it certainly was at Crew anyway. Marlon's cakes. Try linking iTrains with follow car system. One thing at a time, Ivor. Oh, Brian got 3. How did Brian get 3 slices? I only ended up with 1. I should start charging for the Marlon. The reason I'm awake, supporting Bart tonight, is a long weekend for us. Back at work next Wednesday. Trains here I come this weekend. Ooh, enjoy your long weekend, Elizabeth. There is iCar for the follow car system. Yes, I see they do iCar as well. Chris says, I didn't see any cake at Crew. Oh, you missed out. Oh, Hi's heading off as well. Take care, Hi. Catch you again. And I think Hi said he might be going live this weekend from the caravan, so check out his channel. Brian said, Chris, you're at the bar. But Brian nearly lost his breakfast. Oh, Marlon does sell them at home. Ooh. Mark and Sarah didn't get any cake either. Oh, you missed out. It was lovely cake. Although I was a bit worried when I seen Marlon walking around with blue gloves on. I thought, what's she doing? What's going on here? Grace will be feeling my fork next time. I think you would come off worse than that battle, Brian. I really do. Well, Simon didn't get any cake either. All these people missed out on the cake, Marlon. So I was lucky to get one slice on. Ivor says, Munich Technical Museum has a layout with a locomotive that has Milwaukee advertising. Marlon just kept bringing me cake. I couldn't say no. All right, so we've got the Windhoff unit going around and the 158. And stabled up are the Irish Railway 181 class and Irish Railway A class. Pulling not so prototypical 100-ton tank wagons and Eastern Region car transporters from the UK. Oh, let's bring the 37 over. Make sure I have this going the right way. Yes. So that is going off to the TMD. Let's just bring that back a little bit. So I'll just keep it in shot. Hi, Gina, what a shame. This was my hubby's 56th birthday, so he baked a chocolate cake, custard cake, and carrot cakes. So don't want to hear cake. Well, happy birthday to your hubby, Elizabeth. Chris says, I'd rather have too much cake than not enough. Absolutely, Chris. Chris. He did some reason purchase some goodies, part of our Chevy pickup from America. He's chuffed. $950 later. Seems my tent gives 50% signal drop. Oh. Where are we? I prefer salty snacks. We'll have to get some shuttle routes made up to bring trains in and out of the yards to the main line. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do, Nick, is just have this shuttling backwards and forwards, and then having also trains come out of the engine sheds, come up into siding and go back to the coaling or oiling station, just so when this is on display, there's something always moving here while the trains are going around. Oh, Ivo's heading off. Take care, Ivo. Yes, so much to do on this model railway, but as it's, well, summertime, it just means the rain's a little bit warmer here in Donegal. We'll be doing more stuff with the kids and that, so won't be spending as much time in here. So it might be that Thursday evenings, instead of trains running, I might be doing some modeling in here, some scenic work. Talk about EMP-proof tent. A lot of planning. I was house hunting to get more space. Ooh. Oh, Marlon's off to bed soon as well. RTJ train. Salty snacks are nice. Grace says so. That doesn't need me to say anything. But to sell, I just cannot find the ideal property. Valleys 56, Chris, I don't know why, but I decided I wanted an Eastern Region train, so I got an A4, Wild Swan, and Grizzly Blood and Custards. I built the Elizabeth Edinburgh to King's Cross train. Marlon's, I'm enjoying the piece Craig's at work. My mate Martin moved house so he could have a layout in his loft. Well, I moved house, had a nice big loft, converted it and everything, and then moved house again. So, John Holly, Summer Breeze. Is that what Grace says or what you hope she would say, Rob? I must say that 158 going around makes a very satisfying clickety-clack sound as it goes over the track joints. The chat goes south. Yeah, see, it only takes RGJ trains to come in, one comment, and that's it, the stream. Ooh. But I suppose at least we're after 9 o'clock. It's the watershed. Well, it's 9 o'clock here in Ireland. Marlon's heading off. Okay. Good night, Marlon. Thanks for popping in. Catch you again. Coming back to satisfying clickety-clack sounds. Hey, I resemble that remark. Oh. No, as long as Rob hasn't got his cleavage out, I suppose we're all happy with that. Being on a class 158 on Georgia track is an epic sound. I would imagine it is. I don't know if the mic picked that up as it just went by there. Did someone say, oh, Mark, come on. Brian says, I like Rob's cleavage. Okay, guys, get a room. Imagine we all have to buy larger homes just because of trains. I love listening to 00 block trains going over joints, yeah. It's not your fault, Rob. You're a leader and others follow. Oh, there's no hair. Follow Rob. Just, you get in all sorts of trouble. Oh, you heard that, Simon? I did put the mic down beside it just to see if it comes through any satisfying clickety-clack. What does everybody think of the bottom right shot? Where it's coming over the viaduct. Obviously, it will when all the scenics is completed on here, when there's trees and animals and bushes and flowers and stuff, and the water features finished off, it will look a lot better. But I like that shot, the way it's coming over. In fact, maybe if I move this down. Hang on, let's put the phone down. See how that looks for a while. And the picture froze. YouTube censors are wondering what's wrong with this chat. NERW1, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Guess who's taking yet again? I'm sure. Well, carefully, strikers left here. Nothing wrong with a bottom shot. Not too much in the way of push, as long as it's YouTube censor said, with it, this AI took over. My mate had a 6 foot long, 4 foot high wood metal Cornish viaduct, and in the valley he has 600 trees. Wow. The amount of times things have to be approved this evening. YouTube censors in therapy after this session. Yes, the downward spiral continues. They've deployed a whole strike force team to monitor us. Urban Insider, I'm expanding into the garden for this reason. Yes, I was down at Nick's house, and when he says he's expanding his garden, he's expanding his garden. Earning your keep tonight, Simon. They'll be coming in arm next time, taking no chances. We're on a helix. Urban has been a thing. I'm already out in the garden on trestles. No, Raymond, he works fast, about 2 months. Wow, 2 months to do that. Sorry, I was just stood here watching my trains go around on the TV. Listen, if YouTube don't censor idiot bullies, it's got no chance of me. Elizabeth, I have 4 mini layouts now, 3 not yet shared on my channel. When this goes being ready to fit the train room, I'm just looking at model trains is making me more desperate to get modeling again. Yes, well, I spent 2 days in here, Saturday and Sunday, working on this layout, rewiring it. And that's the thing when you, apart from the TMD going in there, That's only just, it's not even complete. You can't see the amount of hours that went in over the weekend. We know you guys have got model railways, you know the hours that goes into wiring and doing that sort of stuff. Yes, there was a lot of soldering going on at the weekend. I didn't actually burn myself once. Elizabeth, I moved my AC Cobra out of the garage for trains. He built an entire 28 by 20 layout in 2 years with everything, electrics and scenics. Wow. Raymond, I'm too lazy to even make one tree, never mind 600. On layouts, I have the large layout, also Turok Rail. AC Cobra replica, how big a block? Chris wants to know, Elizabeth. NERW1, I've never had a go at making trees, but I get the feel I'd be suited to it if Bang On Cross and Blitz through a bunch of them. Yeah. You should see my shelves and more. Brian says I do like an AC Cobra. Well, we were making trees. Well, when I say making trees, we were tarting up some trees. You know, those sort of, we just have, that's been given to the museum and the model club as loads of those sort of plasticky trees, you know, the ones that are perfect cone shape citrus tree, not citrus, conifer trees. So we were just using the static grass and flock and stuff on them just to make them look a bit more realistic. So we were doing that, you know, mixture of them, sea foam, stuff like that. So we ended up with all different trees. So we'll be doing some more on Tuesday. Alyssa says, yes, I did V8. I've driven a DAX 427. Did see someone flocking trees from the photos. Yes, that was Kevin. He was using the WW Scenics. Oh, what do they call it? The flat one that's so easy to tap your finger off and get a shock. Oh, I forget what they call that static grass applicator. But one of them. Yeah, so make sure you check out the Donegal Model Railway Club on Facebook and give it a follow so you can see what we're doing there. At the moment, we're tarting up, let's say, the 6x4 layout for our show in July. Basically, when I built it, I mean, it was built during lockdown, so that's what, 6 years ago now. I used the colored sawdust on the hillside. Of course, that's all faded and everything, so we scraped as much of that off and used the same system I use here, and then static grass on top. Put some trees on it, and we're going to put the animals and stuff back on it, so it looks a lot better. The only problem is, because we've done the hillside now, it makes the rest of the fields look a bit flat and less colorful. That's great. Yeah, so I believe she keeps getting shocked of it. Elizabeth says, I made an offer on a Carman Gia. Await answer, so bigger home, more garages. The Woodland Scenic Taser Special. No, it's not Woodland Scenic. It's WWS. That's what the YouTube monitor strike force will be armed with, coming to the chat, zapping people with grass applicators. Yes, I used one once on a live stream. Just, if you're using one, don't have it sitting beside your laptop when you switch it on. Because my laptop was on the table, I had it beside it, the laptop was running the stream, I switched it on, made the laptop just... the laptop was fine. Once I switched it up and back on again, it was fine, and we got the stream back, but yeah. Didn't even occur to me the static coming off that would affect the laptop. I should have known better. Varys 56. My mate gave me some spare trees and said, do some scenics. So I drilled some holes and put some trees in, and that'll do me. This says, my hubby built the Cobra. I did have it on my channel. It was a wedding gift. Oh, very nice. It's the Progress Box Static Applicator. Yep, that's it. The Progress Box Static Applicator used for flocking trees. In fact, I flocked some polar bears with it. Flocking trees and for making grass tufts. You're right. My brain just conflated WS with WS. Easy mistake. Yep. Just in case the Welsh Wizard isn't watching. Because I was watching his stream earlier on today, and he's doing a fantastic job. Like all the scenic stuff he does is just fantastic. I was going to say, it sounded like you were talking from experience, Mark. Yes, indeed. There, should be back. I was hoping that mic would last. Well, I suppose it did last at 9:30. It just went. Yeah, I was just saying there, I used the static grass box applicator for flocking the sheep and the polar bears. As it says, flocking here, I think it's time for bed. I'm trying to silence him. Anyway, it's just gone to 9:30, so I'm going to call it a day there. I'm going to go off and see my lovely missus and see how much trouble I'm in. So hopefully you'll see me next Thursday. Possibility is you won't. Video out tomorrow. Channel members would have already seen these videos on the start of the TMD and then on the City Church Bangor show. That was on May 29th. That is up on Saturday evening. So there's something for you to watch over the weekend if you get time, guys. Thanks for tuning in as always. It's always a pleasure to host you guys here with my model railway on a Thursday evenings. Love doing it. Love the chat. I think we sorted out all our food tonight, AI washing machines, and then it all started to go downhill when Rob came in. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I will catch you all next week. Take care, everyone, and see you all next Thursday. Bye.